Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Respect the Times, a cross-generational talk show between fathers and sons. I'm Nas Just Pat.
Cam.
Oh.
White Tee Boog.
White Tee Boog. You back?
Yeah.
You back? Is it clean?
Yeah. It's fresh out the pack.
Okay.
Dirty
Dirty Tee Boog. Dirty. That's what they call him on the street. Dirty Tee
Trying to
Boog.
accuse me.
Yeah, I here putting slander on my dog name, man. All right, this episode right here, we're going to be talking about police. The police.
Policia.
Yeah. What do you think about? What do we think about the police? I ain't gonna say you, but what do we think about the police? First question will probably be: do you think the police are good? Not even say good, but are they needed? I'll say that. Are they needed?
Yeah.
Why do you think the police are needed?
Man, could you imagine if there was none?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would like the world like that?
I don't know. I'm just saying I can imagine if there were none.
Yeah.
Okay, because I look at it like this, because I don't think they're doing enough with the police. I don't think they do enough psychological training for them.
Oh, okay.
You need it. You need that because you can see, like, if like me and you go to work, we having a bad day. Mm-hmm. It's okay, but if the police go to work with a bad day, they're taking it out on you.
Somebody could lose their life.
Which is you got to be able to control your emotions. Like before you got promoted, didn't they take you to like a training?
Of course, academy. Yeah.
And it was like they talked about like when you're dealing with customers, how you stay calm and stuff like that, right?
Situational.
So that's why I think it should be, because I don't know.
What you're saying is you believe they should have a more in-depth training.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's easier to be a cop than to be some other job like a plumber.
Social worker.
A plumber.
You gotta go.
You probably go through less to be a cop than to be a.
You gotta do more hours to be a barber than to be a cop.
Police.
You gotta do more to be a teacher than to be a
cop.
cop.
A barber can end your life, but a cop on a bad day, like you say,
he might can.
bad
haircut.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm out of here.
And that boy with that slant.
That image over.
Yeah.
But I think for what teachers and police officers, I believe, should have more extensive training. Teachers got a lot. I think they need to go through more of a psychological training to deal with individuals, kids. And I think cops got to do even more than them because they're handling deadly firearms and they have the ability just like that to take a life based on how they feel in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of power to have for a person to just do that. You know what I'm saying?
Much power.
Yeah, and then who knows what their psychological mentality
That's
has
why I
been.
said, yeah, they should go through like some type of. I definitely want to say some type of psychological.
Yeah, because I think if the training was harder, there would be less bad cops. That's what I think. If the training was harder, I think it's not saying it's super easy, but it's easier than most other jobs
to get into.
Yeah, I think that you could possibly get an off-balance person doing that job right there. You know, I know a lot of people that are cops. But you know, it's sad because some people are gonna get classified as a bad cop.
But I think just like there's good people and bad people, there's good cops and bad cops.
Yeah, they're people.
Yeah,
they're people.
They're humans. Yeah,
but
I just think they need to do a better job, like I said, at picking the good humans or the good people.
But I think they should do like more therapy during like once you become a cop, because I don't think they do that psychological or any other like training once you pass the test. Mm-hmm. Like they should do it like on a regular basis, like because you need it. It's just like a job interview. Like that training is just like a job. The person is going to tell you everything you want to hear on the job interview.
Yeah,
like,
the honeymoon.
But once you start working with the person, you'll be like, oh, you're not that same person.
Yeah, they change.
So that's why I think once you become a cop, you should have more therapy.
I think get reinstated. Like have to like redo a license type of thing.
Bro, yeah, that's true.
That's a good idea. Like, you know what? Do they have that? We don't know.
I don't think them boys do that.
Not from what I know.
Doing that.
Like, do they have like, hey man, I got to go recertify my license or recertify my hand permit, like my gun permit or something. Do
I
they
mean,
have that?
I think there are gun permits and stuff like that. I think they do. Just
I don't
like
think
they have to
so.
take
Yeah,
the
I don't-
test.
We should have had a
know.
cop on the show.
Yeah, I know one.
Yeah,
I know one. I mean, I could.
he's aggressive.
It's a girl,
Wow.
lady.
This is officer.
No, that means, no, that means they probably even more aggressive. To be honest with you, the female cops be the worst, like the more
They be the
aggressive
meaner
ones.
ones.
I don't know.
They be having a
Okay,
point.
Yeah.
what about your encounters with the police? What do you rate it?
Well, before I even tell you my encounter with the police, when I grew up, I thought that when you saw the police, you thought you had to run.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and it's
And that's
still
not
like that.
no, and that's not a good vibe to
I
think
still
about.
feel like that.
Like
honestly.
I don't know why that was a thing when I was younger. It's like even if I didn't do anything wrong, it's like I just thought once I saw the cops, yo, let's get out of here,
That's
because
a
I
fact.
thought the trouble and the violence comes with them.
When you were growing up,
Yeah, that's when I was younger. Yeah, I felt that way.
I didn't think that when I was growing up, but I did run a lot because I was doing something I wasn't supposed to
Okay,
do.
well, see, I
So when
wasn't.
I saw them, you looking for me?
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah, I used to
but just
always.
like it's just like on a regular basis. Nah, I didn't run, but yeah.
Nah,
I wouldn't run. I just wouldn't want to be there.
Right.
I don't know. It's just the energy about when police there.
Yeah.
Right.
But I wouldn't be doing nothing wrong with it. But 12 here.
Yeah, you might just look like the guy that did something wrong, and for some reason, it seems like I fit the mold for the guy. I don't know how.
Dark skin.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're a creative player. So.
I guess they created me to be the guy because I remember one time there was a death in a building that I lived in as an apartment when I was younger, and we didn't know the guy killed someone in the apartment. The person was in the house dead for weeks, and we didn't know that. And when the cops finally got notified by it, because someone smelt the body, I guess.
Yeah.
When the cops notified him and everything, there was a bunch of cops. I mean, when the person notified the cops, there's a bunch of cops at the apartment building, and they were going through the suspect because they know who killed her. The guy was 5'9" and black guy. They were looking at me.
How old were you?
I think I was like 19 or 20.
Were you this
I
height?
was 6'3", sir. They were looking at me like, "Hey, can we have a word with you?" And I was like, "For what?" And they were like, "No, we just want
They
to ask
wanted
you a
to
few
pray
questions."
with you, sir.
No.
They wanted to give you the
The
word.
word of Jehovah?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah,
wanted to
okay.
give you the word.
Lock.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, they got to pin it on somebody.
Hey man.
where was you at?
So, yeah, I kind of, my experiences with the cops were get away from where they are, like Boog said. But as I got older and I have kids and people that I'm in charge to be like a protector of, I started seeing them more of like, okay, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna call them to try to come fix the issue. But when I was younger, I was like, I don't think I've ever dialed 911. Going up to like 22, 3, 4, 5, I don't think I've ever dialed 911 because I always thought once they come, they're coming with me as almost like the person that did the
okay.
wrong.
Personally, I ain't never really had no good run-ins.
No?
Like, not in a way like that made me feel like, oh, this cop cool or this cop like I could talk to him. It seems like a weird vibe. Like a lot of them give off. Like at least when it comes to like a young black dude, they look at me like, what you doing? What could you be doing? Like that's what I feel like. Whenever they come in or we in the same vicinity or they say something to me, it's like, you might not be doing nothing right now, but what you going to go do or what you done did already, and it's like I don't like that vibe. Like somebody already
Like
looking.
you're a suspect. Like you get
Like-
guilty before innocent.
Mm-hmm.
You're already guilty as soon as they pull up.
I
Just
like
don't know what it
today.
is yet.
Yeah.
It's funny that we had this conversation today. I'm literally leaving work, and there's a spot like everybody knows. There's little spots in the parking lot where it says "Don't turn in," but like I work in this parking like
Nah, you broke the law. They said don't turn. Don't
man,
turn.
I turned. Cop came, pulled, like, he ended up walking out the door and seeing me, stuck his hand out. I'm like, I literally just had to go back inside to go grab my drink. I left it.
This drink right here?
Maybe. maybe. But literally, my drink and my iPad, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the window. What you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry, boss. You know, I mind you, I'm still in my full uniform, name
But your
tag.
uniform, oh, that's what I want to say. He's just a name tag and a shirt and tie.
Name tag, but I got an apron with the Publix thing on it.
He's an on-duty cop, like he works at the store, or he just was there.
Oh no, he was just there, a shopper. So he walks in and he walks up to the car. Hey, so what you doing? I'm like, boss, I honestly know what I'm doing is wrong. I know you're not supposed to turn in right here.
Already
but
told on yourself.
I
Told on himself.
I'm just
it.
like he literally watched me do it.
So what did he say? What did he say?
I'm making a U-turn to like park. So that's when he stopped me. So you know you could have hit somebody. I'm like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, you for real? Like, you think I'm coming through this speed? Like, you see what I'm doing? When he walked out, I'm already making my U-turn, but I could have hit somebody. Like and then he's like, I'm like, boss, I work here. I'm just, so what do you work here mean? That you could just do whatever you want? I'm like, all right, I don't mean it that way. Like,
what are we doing? I would have been like, what are we doing?
I mean, I'm just trying to say I work here as in the sense of I know that this is not where I'm supposed to turn. I apologize.
Okay.
How can I fix it?
Okay, I was gonna say, I think he was waiting for the apology.
And he's like,
I think so.
I mean, just roll down the window for a second and put the car in park.
Yeah. See, you hear what he said? He's looking for the apology. He got it, but now roll the window down, put the car in park.
And I'm like, okay. So now I'm sitting in the middle of a street, so I tried to like reverse a little bit to get into a better spot. Oh, what are you doing? I'm like, all right, you know what? My bad. I like literally the car is already in reverse, so me stepping off my brake made the car move. What are you doing? I told you to put it. I'm like, I literally was just trying to put it in park, but my foot is on the brake. It was in reverse already. But I just told you to put it in park. I didn't ask you to move. I'm like, boss, I'm just trying to get in and get out. I just got off of work. Like, can we get this fixed?
What happened?
Then, after that, he was just like, well, be careful and, well, have a good day. Because that's not safe. So I'm just like, all right, bro. And I pull it off.
Wasted your time.
Time and you, but
the whole time
that scenario shows you like that
he's searching the car. Like the whole time he's standing there, he's
wanted
searching
you to
the
react
inside of the car.
Yeah.
I think he wanted you to react differently.
Yeah,
that's the part that I'm trying not to. I don't know if this show we're going to be talking about this, but I'm trying not to paint all cops as bad.
but that's not
I
all.
think
That's
I just
one
think
idiot.
that there's some of them that just are looking to poke you for you to do the things so they can say, okay, this is the reason why I used brute force on this guy because he went this way on me. Where it's like, you knew I wasn't trying to get there. You knew the energy that I had when you pulled up to me. You actually instigated that energy. Like if he made the turn, just for example, he made the bad turn. I'm not saying he should have just been like, don't worry about it, buddy, go.
Yeah.
But if you pull up to the guy, I guarantee you, to me, he's probably going to be scoping your vehicle, looking in, checking
the
everything,
whole
and then being like, okay, let me see if I pressure this dude, if he kind of crack and do something silly that I could actually react on.
Man, ask me whose car is this?
But I can honestly say, like, if I wasn't doing anything wrong, like I never had a bad experience with cops. Like when I had bad experience with cops, it's because I was in the wrong. Like I was doing something I had no business doing. But like most of the time, if I didn't have if I was doing the right thing, I haven't had a bad experience with cops. But I done seen a lot of them. But you see them now, and I done heard a lot of stories. So like it's like like we say, it's like there's good ones and there's bad ones. But us being like black guys, we probably had more bad experiences than good. And now you see how like the way the world is right now, it's like it's not getting any better. So I want to say, at least to my son and my nephew, when you encounter the police, do whatever you got to do to get home. Because everything else we could work it out. But I can't because I know me and I know my brother here. Like it's easier for us if you're you make it home, because once you're gone, it's a whole different story. It's no coming back for that. So you guys got to do whatever it takes for you to get home, because like you did the right thing, even though you probably was like you saw that he was getting like agitated, so you try to de-escalate it, but some of them it's too late, because you see it all the time, like yo freeze, and like yo what do you mean freeze? I'm not moving, or get down. And be like, all right, I'm on the ground. Now you're on the ground, you pull out the wrong gun, you think it's a taser, and you shooting me.
Yeah, because you spoke a volume right there, because I'm not even like they might call it having like a different what's the mentality they call it, where it's like, oh, you let them talk to you like that, or no, it's not that I'm letting them talk to me like that. I gotta make it home to my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My family is more important than me getting my point across to someone that don't give a damn about my point.
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't trying to hear what I'm trying to say. He's not trying to really understand what I'm saying for real. Our argument ain't going nowhere. He just knows he's a cop, and if he told me something, I need to oblige by it. I need to do it.
Yeah.
If I don't do it, he's looking for a reason. And it's even worse when you're, like they say, you're a black guy. Mm-hmm. Like they look at it like you're already angry and you're already upset. They automatically think we're already angry and we're already upset. And when they see us, they have to match our aggressiveness from the jump.
Yeah.
And most of the time, that is far from the truth. Most black dudes I know, man, we want to go home. You know what I'm saying? We just want to
and chill.
Yeah, like you get in your car, like, you know, that scenario he been through, man, that was a normal thing for me when I was working on Sunny Isles Beach. That was normal. Every time I went to work, I got pulled over when I used to drive a Cadillac.
Oh.
Every time I went to work.
I had that story too.
Yes, I used to get pulled over. And so one of the days, a guy asked me, he's like, yo, I'm looking at your record. It shows you have a Cadillac and you have another car. Why don't you drive the other car? I'm like,
why do I have to?
So I said to him, I'm like, huh? He's like, no, it shows you have a Mercury Cougar, mm-hmm. and you have
your wife's car.
My wife's car goes in my name. Yeah, he's like, you have a Mercury Cougar and you have a Fleetwood Cadillac. Dude, the man literally told me, you know, every time you drive here, this is going to raise suspicions in this car at this time of morning, because I was going to work 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody on the road, and they see a super big black titted out Cadillac.
What year was this, sir?
This year?
Yeah. What year was this?
This was
78.
Nah, brother.
Why the hell you still in the Fleetwood?
Those are the best cars in
you
the world.
A pimp? What do you think you?
Those
Huggy
are
bit
like what he up there?
Looking at him, boy, like
big body like a mother.
Listen, that car was listen.
I remember.
I
the
never
car,
drove
sir.
a car that drove smoother than that.
Yeah,
I remember the.
And I was going to work thinking, I'm going to work. I got this hard day ahead of me. And when they pulled me over, I was just like, and then they like checked my thing, and then 4 of them pull up, and I'm like, okay. Now, and then what's crazy about it, that was when my job had on-duty cops. Mm-hmm. Some of them were the on-duty cops.
And they know you. They like,
and they were like, but you know what changed that? And I could shout out to this particular officer, a friend of ours named Keith
Burroughs.
I
was just thinking about when I think of good cops,
Keith put an end to that, because he was the on-duty cop at our store, but yet his family was tied into my corporation of where I work. Mm. And he had people in places in where I work. And he literally worked in that area. He was a detective.
Yeah.
And
he still is. Still is. Yeah.
And he was in the store, and I told him about this. Man, he was like, what? I'm like, man, every morning. And he was just like, nah. And then we ended up playing flag football.
Yeah.
And some of the same dudes that were pulling me over.
The Asian guy?
Yes.
I seen him the other day.
They were on the team, and he's like, and he don't even recognize me because, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm like, what? I want to punch you in the face, man.
but I got a same stories, but I had a Cadillac too.
Yeah.
But it was black, and I used to go to work in Miami Lakes.
Okay.
I'm driving same time in the morning, maybe 4 o'clock. They pulling me over a lot. Then one time they pulled me over. They was like, yo, why are you going this way? I'm like, it's a regular street. Which way do you want me to go? And they was like, but why are you going this way? I'm like, this is the way I always go to work. And the same thing I had a new one of the officers, and he was like, bro, he was like, why you drive that big black Cadillac. I'm like, what other car you want me to drive?
Give me another
He was like,
car.
they're going to pull you over. But then once I talked to him, they
stopped.
They stopped.
That's sad.
Oh,
That's
it
sad.
really be putting
I think it's the Cadillac, sir.
Yeah, but mine was the old school one.
Yeah.
I think you had a newer
Wow.
version
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Why the Cadillac do? What they think you pimping in there or
Associated-
something?
That was
Dope dealer.
associated with dope and so back in the day.
That's
I was about to
Dope
say
dealer
back
car.
that had to be back in the day.
There are good cops. Just
Man.
like people.
Occasional.
There's like people. There's good cops and there's bad cops. But, but
yeah.
you
Nah, I knew one.
I
who
think
was
the
cool.
job
He went
make
to
him
my high
bad.
school. He was
Yeah.
real cool though. Yeah, he was
yeah.
real cool.
So there's good ones and the bad ones. But I think so. What about you? Do you think they have too much power?
Yeah, that's absolutely. I think they got
100%.
that power.
Well,
Some of them, yeah.
I think.
I mean, they think they can do whatever once they
Yeah.
got a badge.
Yeah.
And what I start noticing, I see these videos where these guys are saying, if you ever pull over by a cop, you don't have to answer no questions. I'm like, yeah, you're white.
Yeah, like
Let me
I ain't
try that.
playing them
Right?
games.
They'll say stuff like,
Yo.
I don't have to answer your question.
I-
I don't have to answer your question. Man, they'd have snatched me out the car.
I've never seen a video where the black guys do that. I'm not I joke
Yeah,
around a
that's
lot,
not
but
script,
I
man.
never,
That's not in the script.
I haven't seen any videos like
What was this? What he kept saying to the cop? I don't answer questions. What's your name? I don't answer questions. He
And then
just
the,
kept
and then the
saying that.
supervisor comes.
And then he's like, I want to speak to your supervisor. And the police officer is like, buddy, you're going to make this a tough day? And he's like,
Calm and cool.
that's a question, right? So he's
Yes.
like, I don't answer questions. And he just kept saying that back to the police officer until eventually the supervisor came and he was like, okay, well, how can we talk to you if you don't? And I'm like,
Talk.
that would have never happened. The minute you
Sprayed
pull me
us.
over, me, and say, hey, you know why I pulled you over? And I say, I don't answer questions. Oh, it's a wise guy.
Back up.
Yeah, it would have been 9 more come up.
Dangerous.
So what do you? We don't have that luxury.
No.
We don't have that luxury
No,
to have.
no,
the
we
same.
weren't born with that luxury. Let's just put it that way.
But if you think about
not
it,
our
the police were designed to
Protect.
No. Catch us.
catch the slaves, sir.
Catch
Oh, you mean like
slave
in the
catches.
beginning?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
well, it's still going.
Slave patrol.
It's still going.
So,
one of the oldest professions.
So there you go. That's why
Boy,
when I
400 years
said,
long.
"Do you think we need the police?"
Sir, that's a very, very, very.
Are you saying
Do we need them?
Do you need the police, or do we need something in place to stop crime?
Do we need the police,
No.
sir?
You say no, I say yes.
No.
I
So you say no.
I
No.
definitely say
So if someone was to break into your house,
You just okay. Prime example. You said that every encounter you had with the police was when you were growing up.
When I was
You
younger.
thought. I give you even better. You said it yourself. You never even dialed 911. What do
when
you
I
need the
was
police?
younger, I
You
told
done,
you that.
You done it now since you've
Of
been older.
course. When I was younger, I told
But
you
said
everything
if
I
someone
said
breaks,
was when I was
you
younger.
said if someone breaks in your house, what are the police going to do?
Nothing. But you want to, what you got to do? You got to file who you going to call for like a police report? Just in case-
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah? Call them. Call them and see what
But the
happens.
police report. Okay, you done had your house broken into before.
No, not really.
So you never had your house broken into, and when you had to call the police, you did a report. Okay, I have.
Okay.
I have my house broken into. I called the police. They did a report. Nothing
Nothing
else
came
happened.
out.
I just had a
Yeah.
card. Before there were police, how did they handle it?
There always was like a sheriff.
No, before
There
before
always-
before the Cowboys.
There was always someone in charge of the law enforcement, and even a king, queen, they had their. There's always something like
Them
that.
boys were crooked too.
Yeah, but there's always crooked.
Because
But
I
there's
look at it
always
like-
some type
I
of
look-
enforcement.
I look.
No, I think there needs to be a structure. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying in specific, like police.
12.
Nah.
Sir, you think right now if you think right now like if you go somewhere and you find out that there's a person in there that's ready to do bodily harm to you,
Don't go in there.
You're in there already.
I'm going
You
there
said
with
if
a
I
weapon.
know they're there.
No, I said if you go somewhere and there's someone there that comes in that's ready to do bodily harm to you,
Like
and
with a
there's-
gun.
yes, or
Okay.
attack people or whatever. What do? We just got to protect ourselves.
Yes.
So what if it's your mom, your wife?
But look at
not
it-
you. You know you can protect yourself.
You got to protect yourself. But
Yeah.
look at this. You saying that you need to, by the time the police get there,
Yeah, I was just about to say
by
that.
the time the police get
when
there,
they ever show the catching them time?
when have you seen the police there when the crime is happening?
Okay, so
Always happen.
Prime
Very
example,
rare.
you driving. somebody make a wrong turn, you be looking like, where the police at?
Okay, so now think about
Telling
this.
you.
Think about so they're there, right? Okay, so
They following me.
they were here for you. So
No, not him.
when you
Not him. There you
when
go.
you look at that scenario, sir, when you look at that scenario and you say, okay, they're gonna come afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you understand the mentality of a criminal when they know there's no one to check them?
It is buck wild.
This is what I'm trying to say. You guys
Sir,
are thinking
it's buck
just-
wild
it's
now.
purge.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
purge, you just
okay.
go to purge.
Sir,
Hold on. Like you said about
protect yourself.
Like you said about
Sticks
childhood.
at your crib.
Like your mom worked a lot, so you was able to go do whatever you want, get
Kind
into
of.
whatever you. Now imagine a dude that want to do harm, and yeah, it'll be worse.
So there's
Like
no,
you was trying to have fun mainly, probably as a
sir,
child,
there's
just do things you like.
No system in place.
That makes sense.
Cops are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Criminals are going to run wild, and it doesn't mean that because you could defend yourself. What about your daughter? What about your
You gotta be
mom?
home with me.
So no one goes to work.
fittest,
No
sir.
one goes
AK
to
on your
work.
back.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Not happening.
What
sir.
you mean?
Cap it up.
Not happening.
Sir,
Not happening. You need them there. Just for I told somebody the other day, authority is always necessary. Structure is always necessary.
You need
if you're
structure.
driving down the street doing 90 and there's no cop in sight, you're gonna keep doing 90.
okay.
You see a police car right there. What the hell do all of us do?
Hit that bit down to 60.
Slow down.
Back to
You
the
slow
speed
down.
limit.
Speed limit.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So if the structure, the same thing with crime. If you're gonna go do something wrong and you know there's a possibility that the cop might, and you see a cop, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
you're not
that's
gonna.
what
You're
I'm
gonna.
What crime? What is really crime? Like you
Killing
mean
somebody.
stealing?
Stealing,
You- but if
fight,
you- if-
stealing, killing, rape.
But you gotta
those are crimes.
protect yourself because I don't know.
Everybody can't protect themselves, sir.
What do you mean? You got-
Everybody cannot protect
the police.
themselves.
So you think
So
the police
an adult-
protecting you?
They're designed to protect.
But they're not doing that job.
But you
Sir,
just
if
said
you're not
not
doing your
all.
job, what they gonna do to you?
You just said-
if you in produce right now, not doing your job, what they gonna do?
they're gonna discipline me.
They're gonna let you go.
Not
too.
really.
What
Not
do you
really.
mean? They're not being disciplined. They're
Sir.
not doing their job.
They're gonna
Yeah,
discipline
they
you.
not getting-
They're
they're
not.
killing
So you mean to tell me?
For real.
So all of them are doing that? You just said not all
You,
of
what
them
do
are
you,
that.
what do you see now?
What's the percentage? You don't know.
What do you?
I don't
But
know
that
about
okay.
that. I don't know
But
about
listen,
that.
listen to
I
this.
seen
Listen to
it.
this.
I seen a
lot of
When
videos.
they're,
Do we have a number?
they're killing you and not even getting disciplined.
At all.
We have a number of the percentage.
I don't have them. We got
Okay, so
stat
until
check.
you-
We need a
yeah.
stat check.
If anyone could put that number up for the amount, give me a number from bad cops to good cops, not by our perspectives, because you're looking at it only
By
from our
statistics.
perspective. Let's go with statistics.
That's the only perspective I can look at it.
Then
From.
then that's not truth.
What do you mean?
That's gonna be only your truth.
I just told you when I get pulled over, they give it like.
They
For
don't do-
example,
they
you
don't
wasn't
do
doing
no
anything wrong. Well, never mind. You were. You did do a legal term, but
You said what? They gave you a hard time when
Yeah.
you did.
on my way to work.
No, I'm
I
quoting
said-
you. You said
Oh,
most of
I
the
said-
times when you did something wrong, that's when they
I was
bothered you.
stealing. If they were there to protect their own goods,
So you
it
should
was
have been
nothing I
locked
could.
up. Lock them up.
Okay, that's okay. But listen,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm stealing from somebody, they have the right to do whatever they want to do to me because I'm stealing.
Chop on somebody.
Yeah. But I don't know, bro. I just said we don't need them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They ain't do nothing. Like one time I was at
Good
work
luck.
and I was on clock and somebody hit my car. So they came, they got me. They like, oh, somebody hit your car. I go out there. There's a police that be riding around there. One, I called police. They never showed up. The police who was running around there seen it. So I told him about it. A customer took a picture of the guy who hit my car tag number. So I gave him that. They ain't never come back. Nothing happened with that. They ain't never hit me back. They ain't never.
So you wanted something to be done, right?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I told police.
No. And when
he took
nothing,
a loss.
when
I
nothing,
took a whole loss. Ain't nothing
when
happened.
nothing happened after you told them, what did you do after that?
What else I supposed to do? The report was made.
Just
They ain't
follow
do that.
back
They
up.
not
You
doing
ain't gonna
their
go
job.
follow back up. Yo, what happened to my? No.
For a hit and run,
So it's nothing then.
there's nothing you.
Okay,
I don't think there's
then
nothing.
leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a good statement. Then if
So
if something happened to me and it bothered me, and I told you and you did nothing about it, you try to tell me just because you did nothing about it, I'm just gonna write that shit off. I'm gonna come back to you, hey buddy, didn't I talk to you about this?
Oh, you getting shot.
But that's
You
it's
get-
a little.
Now you
Okay.
finna.
I would
Where's
say it's a
you?
little bit harder because I would think. Well,
They
I'm
would've
just speaking
handled
for
it.
me. Maybe same way he see it at least. We not already comfortable talking to the police.
I was
in the
already
first
mad. I had to
place. So
sit there and
Don't
do
call.
a report.
when I reach out my hand and you kind of, all right, I got you. But then I see you
Well,
kind
we
of
can
slap
agree to
it.
disagree.
Of course. And I would say if you're not comfortable and you don't think they're necessary, don't use
So
them.
you say not needed.
Not needed.
What you say needed,
Mhm.
and you say
I'm
you're on the fence.
Yeah, I'm in between. I think there's a structure that needs to be, but it doesn't have to be the police force.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
Okay.
yeah. I don't need them.
So you said no.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't just said yeah.
Yeah, I don't need them. I was
Oh,
agreeing with
Cam.
No.
Clee. I was agreeing with
He
Clee.
said there's a structure.
Yeah, but he said you don't need them. He said that he's like leaning. He's leaning with me and Boog.
He's kind of saying
Where you leaning? Where you leaning, man? Because